Alright, back at it. I guess lobster claw to replace the crab claw, and I'll get another tentacle. Where do I want it? I like the idea of the chicken. The chicken and the bee being together. But really the important thing, I think, is making sure... Yeah, that seems good. And then I'll get Penguin because it's super cheap. Sydney Opera House. Easy. I assume you roll backwards once I have another shortcut unlocked. Oh, wow! I didn't realize just how useful this was gonna be against that centipede. I haven't beaten the game yet. I haven't unlocked the credits where they tell you what the character's name is. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Feeling pretty good. The earlier levels are quite a bit easier. Oh, I got too distracted by the sharks. But it's nice to... It's just fun. It's very satisfying. I gotta let the bee handle the sharks. It can be hard to keep track of at some points. Alright. Yeah. Frozen. And I can just coax him down. The range on the freeze is good, but it can be a bit of a problem when I'm trying to like I'm trying to reach like that. I sat there thinking I was hitting him, and then it turned out that I was missing him the whole time. Lost a bit of health, but that's okay. I kind of want to go on autopilot, but I have to stay focused. Another chicken. I'm just gonna replace the penguin straight up. It's nice, but the coverage of the chicken is a lot better, especially since I'm focused on the cobra. Music is just so... I get quiet because I'm just listening to it. It's very simple, but that's part of what makes it so great, that it's comfortable and it's predictable enough that you feel comfortable. Like, you kind of know what it's going for, and you know what to expect from it. And most importantly, it doesn't get in the way of the gameplay experience. It's not distracting. I just noticed the light on the, oh, give me that. There we go. The light that's shining from the surface is just beautiful. And those. Oh. I gotta rely on the bee a little bit more to deal with those grievances. That was it's a little finicky at the end. I think the major stress of this game is that you're not totally sure if you're gonna be able to make it work. Like, it feels very... like you're very vulnerable despite being this huge beast, because you don't control any of the individual tentacles. You don't control the rate of fire. You don't control... you can't really switch or aim other than using the left and right movement. And, like, it builds and it makes it into a much more stressful situation. Didn't even try to go for that treasure chest. Too busy trying to not lose a life. I'd rather lose it on at the beginning of a land level, or I guess really close to the end. Alright. The goal is to just keep going after the head. And try to not get overwhelmed by bits and pieces. I can't stop it from doing that, though, which is kind of an interesting proposition, gameplay proposition, if you will, that the rate that everything is firing. Oh, no! That's okay. I have that bonus life that I stacked up before, which is good, because they're pretty expensive now. I'm gonna get rid of the turtle. It was just, you know, it was super cheap, so I got it, and it's not really a waste to not have it anymore. And I did say if I was gonna die, I would prefer to die on a, at the end of a level rather than at the beginning, so that I could at least gather a bunch of gold during the time. I'm just gonna call it gold. It's pretty video game standard. Bobbing my head to the music. As far as gameplay commentary goes, once you've established the core mechanic, there's not a lot to say about what's going on, other than the moment-to-moment conversation. But it's so fun to look at, and it's easy to get wrapped up in these, you know, 20 or 30 projectiles firing at a given moment. Alright, come on. There we go. So freeze him at the head, nick him in the face. And if I hit him at any of those weak points, then he gets frozen, which gives me a way to avoid him for a bit longer. Okay, I think I got this. Oh boy, I start to get pretty fast towards the end. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Get an extra 500 gold, get some shells. 10 shells for that. Okay, it's offering me the starfish. I'm just gonna take it. I'm sure if I buy another pet, it will be replaced, or maybe both of them will activate at the same time if I have them. But I won't have to deal with bullets until the next stage, next mission. So we'll just see how it goes till then. I'm gonna try to burn my skills pretty much right away. Like, I'm focusing so much on not ever using them that I'm missing out on just the value of this speed that I can go in the moment by using them. Once I encounter a nice big chunk of enemies, I'll see how that works. Freeze it. Oh, good. Got the treasure chest. That's it. It's more important than I originally thought to get the treasure chest. It felt like it was much less important, but it ends up being really useful. There we go. I'm liking the setup. Cobra for rapid fire as long as I'm targeting. The B for long range, or B for homing. Claw for melee damage. Chickens to just kind of continually crowd control. Like, it's a good... Oh man, I just noticed there were kangaroos running away. You sneaky George. Oh boy, I realized too late. See, that's where I should have used it. I said I was going to use it in advance, and I didn't even touch it. But I guess at the end it did okay. 300, that's more than I had at the end of the last one. Frog. I want the frog. I'm going to replace the penguin. Oh, the pufferfish is 2,500 now. So getting the second pet is a pretty big deal, it seems. I need to get that next tentacle, though. And once I get the next tentacle, then... ooh, jeez, I'm just kind of rolling right along there. There we go. So that was a good... That felt like a pretty good use of the, of Woo. Just because I got the health. Oh, I wonder if I can destroy a treasure chest that way. If I can do that, that would be a pretty high value proposition. Alright, that egg should take care of him. That's another thing that the eggs do well with. I throw an egg out there, and then I don't have to think about it anymore. Because it is... the enemy is going to be dealt with. Especially for some of these other... or for some of the more annoying ones, like the ones that are shooting stuff. It's just nice to know that I'm going to be able to deal with it. Give me that guy. You kind of weaponize them against themselves, like they're super tanky, but that just means that it gives you a lot more controlled damage. For those last ones, just cause. Here we go. Just cruising right through. Once I got the mechanics down, it gets much easier. Again, just gonna hang on to it. Gotta save up for that next tentacle. Oh. Sometimes it's really tempting to try to... Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Okay. I've gotta catch this one. I know I'm getting a little bit of tunnel vision, but... Gotta grab it. Oh, you can't grab those ones. It does destroy them, too. Well, that's okay. The cost of a lesson learned is well worth it. So, Wu can destroy the treasure chests, and you can't grab them with the frog. So they're special in that sense. Oh boy. This guy was easier than the first boss, in my opinion. Oh boy. There's a bit of the tricksiness. Okay, that was a little weird. He just kind of bopped around a bit. Which is fine, I mean. He did some damage a couple times. Oh boy. Do I take contact damage? No, I don't. Okay, I gotta remember that I don't take contact damage. I'll take damage if the boomerang goes off while I'm too close, but I don't have to stop like that. But I don't specifically have to worry about taking damage from touching him. Okay, but then he spawned a kangaroo. Seems like it's best to just avoid it. The butcher is a lot easier to deal with. You don't have to worry too much about getting right up next to him, but kangaroo is a little bit harder. Alright, that was pretty snappy. And now I'll get the Woo minigame for some extra shells. Oh, I still have to destroy the actual theater. It's funny, because I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I hadn't destroyed this yet, but I just kind of intuitively rolled to the right, just because that kind of felt like the right thing to do. Alright. It's a lot easier to get back. My times for completing these sections are going down pretty quickly. But it's, all in all, it was about 20 minutes for that mission. So, getting from start to finish, I anticipate it could take, if there are 4 missions, I anticipate it could take an hour. You know, on a good day, not losing lives. But it's easy to start over the level or just lose. I think the arcade, I honestly don't remember if this is a different track. But it's gotta be different. It's got different instruments than originally. Oh, there's a good chance to sneak away. There we go. And we'll get another 5, I think. Yeah. Oh, no, 10. I mean, it is the second world. Maybe I'll get 15 in the next one. King Cobra 2000 shoots venom even faster. That is replacing my Cobra. That's a really good purchase. 3 lives? I'm feeling pretty good. I guess I could have gotten a turtle, but I'll just be more. I'll be less selfish about the use of Blue. I gotta use it faster so that he recharges faster. And then I get use out of him again before I lose that chance. Plus I have 350 gold already from this level. Oh! Oh yeah. Oh boy. And I still have that one left. Just gotta get good coverage. Those go down, and it even destroys that other one. I haven't really had to deal with any enemies in this nuclear wave. And Wu recharges really fast. He may not kill the enemy right away, but it seems like pretty good. And grab him. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I don't know how many that was. That was another 200. Okay. Well, that's amazing. Getting those is really good. I'm just gonna do that right away. I really have to prioritize the tanky enemies with the frog. Because that seems like the only way that I'm gonna maximize damage during those times. 560 shells. That is a lot more. I don't know. Lobster claw is just useful in a pinch. I've been really enjoying having multiple pigeons, but I could also get a cobra. No, I'm gonna save up for another tentacle, and then I'll make my decision then. I'm just having so much fun with this game. If you haven't already seen, I've got a link to it on Steam. This is day 1, so it's 8% off, and George Fan did a press release after it sold 8 copies. It's $11.84 right now. Oh no, that's okay. 2 lives left. It was bound to happen. Oh, I don't want to sacrifice a chicken. I'm just gonna stick with what I've got. But yeah, it's like $11.84 right now, and I assume that it's gonna be 8% off for a while, and then after that, it's gonna be $12.88. So if you like what you see, then pick this game up. The developer he's just awesome. Like, Insaniquarium was one of the first games that I was ever, like, interested in the mechanics of. There used to be an old forum called Insaniquarium Guide, and it was just a nice forum. It was, like, gaming in general, but the game was what brought people together to begin with. So, like, people modded it, people talked about it, they played through, they shared secrets. That's how I found out about naming a guppy Santa, and then it would give you money and sing Christmas songs. Like, when I was in high school, I was learning Java, and I didn't know how to, like, save things to files or really anything about state machines, so I made this really simple text generator that would automatically generate random events for a game that I hosted called Virtual Tank of Doom. I went by the username Blipster, and oh, thank goodness I didn't take damage when it hit me. But I went by the username Blipster because Blip was my favorite Insaniquarium. His Blip the Dolphin, and he would show you everything that you could buy. He would tell you where monsters were going to appear. Okay, so I've got both of them now. Awesome. So I started this game. It was kind of a homebrew D&D sort of game, and I used Java to randomly generate the shells that people would get at the beginning of each day. And every day I would go in and I hosted shops, and I came up with all sorts of special fish that you could buy. Like, it was my first experience really like modding games, but also my first experience with stuff like Dungeons and Dragons. So, or just that sort of homebrew tabletop style game. And it's still, like, it sticks with me pretty hard. Like, that was... Like, people spend 8, 10, 12 hours a day on Reddit. Before Reddit, and Facebook even, I was spending 5 or 10 hours a day just on that forum. So it was a pretty big part of, pretty big influence, like, that for George Fan to make that game. Dang, I'm taking so much damage. I think it was those little fish that got me. I'm doing okay. I can see why the turtle is useful, because at the end of the day, there's going to be times when you just will not be able to stop the bullets. Like, sometimes they're just timed a little bit too well, so you have to be... Oh, I could have stopped that at least. Okay, I beat the boss. That's good. You get like 500 gold for that. Actually, I think I only got 300 for that, which stinks. I wonder if it just went off the screen. So yeah, I'm loving this game. I think I was gonna stop the video after I finish that other boss, but whatever, I'll keep going. It'll be long. I should be able to beat this mission in this attempt. I've got 2 lives. With any luck, the combination of the pets and the maybe I'll end up getting a couple health planes flying by. Okay, first of all, just use that right away. I have to get in the habit of using it to clear the map. Helps me make progress, keeps extra enemies from generating... Oh, there we go. Nice, got a shell. It's funny, I got King Cobra. Oh, ran right over it. I got the King Cobra and I just have not been using it. Okay, so they recovered at about the same time. Oh, nice. 200 gold. From that one explosion. Okay. I'm gonna wait until I get to the next building to activate. They keep getting destroyed and they keep coming. Is there an explosion of some kind that I'm missing? Like, Oh, nice. Okay, activate it now. Oh, I guess I still have one more building left. Whoops! Oh, power lines. Okay, so don't cross over the power lines while they're electrocuted. That's a very subtle signal, but it's very good to know. Great because I destroy one and then I weaken the rest, and it kind of snowballs. And when you have a big group of enemies like that, it's useful to Oh, okay, done. Whew. I do not have enough for another tentacle yet, but I'm still feeling pretty good. I got that extra health, and even though I took damage, I'm still going. The King Cobra keeps showing up, and it's so tempting, but I haven't been using it enough to warrant it. Like, I've been relying mostly on the chickens. So, chicken and frog, at least on land. Frog and lobster are really strong on land. I need to make sure that I'm not getting caught out by those electrical wires. grab the black plane, and then swing it around to destroy everything else. So by the time I destroy it, or by the time I destroy everything else, it's maybe half health. Okay, I can't reach it from there, so... Oh boy. Oh no! Oh, and I wasted it. That's okay. I got 1 life left, so... The hope is, no more lives lost. Beat the boss. I haven't even encountered the boss yet, so beat the boss. And then get that 6th tentacle. I have so many shells, though, that, like, way more than I anticipated. Oh. That one drops a bit faster. Lost 1 health. This is where I've been consistently struggling. I think I'm not managing these very well. Like, I just gotta use it. There we go. Kill a bunch of enemies. Deal with that side. I do seem to have that minimum distance. Yes! Health back, that's good. The use of the chickens is starting, like, it's very auxiliary, so I'm starting to think that maybe I will exchange it for something a little bit more involved. Oh, this music is so nice. It's very disco. Ooh. That could have been bad. That was super close. I think, man, I'm still not done. These levels are getting long. There you go. Dead and dealt with. Wave of enemies. I'm assuming that this is going to be the last section. So, I love these guys get destroyed by the frog. Oh, it's so satisfying too. It's just fun to wave it around. I don't think there's anything in terms of maximizing distance that you can do with it, but it's just satisfying. Go. I have enough for a tentacle, but it really, I think I've got full health, so it just depends on how I'm feeling. Yeah, full health, nothing else available. I will add a tentacle. I'm gonna put the bee closer. And then I'm just gonna throw on another chicken, because why not? Just zone control. That last level was pretty long, though, so after this, I think I'll wrap up and pick it up right away in the next video. There are a lot of situations where it's better to not use the frog, but I just prefer it. But I guess that could be the downfall, that it seems more satisfying. I'm gonna unlock another pet after this too, so hopefully that will something. Because the pufferfish actually ends up not being used very well. Because I'm mostly focused on the tactical strike of Woo. I don't know why I remember the starfish's name, but not the pufferfish's name. It's probably like Puffer. Destruction. The music is it's just, I mean, if I wanted to be snobby about it, Stompatron X. If I wanted to be snobby about it, I'd say it's easy, or it's, you know, whatever that means. Okay, so he is moving. I just gotta roll into position. Oh, jeez. Okay, so he does cover the entire area when you do that. That seems, I mean, in hindsight, it seemed obvious, but now he's starting to launch off missiles. So now, like, I'm not able to get in quite as soon as I would want to. Oh, that's okay. I think that's the first hit that I've taken on this entire map, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Ooh. The timing on that can be a little, it's tempting. You just want to sit there and wait for the opening, but it's like the first boss, the Butcher, when if you wait too long for an opening, then you'll end up getting stuck out in the open, and you'll be vulnerable to getting hit. Like now there's enemies and there's, there we go. Oh no. Oh! Okay. I was just not paying attention. Oh, again, no contact damage. I gotta remember that. I'm trying so hard to avoid getting hit or touching him, so I'm losing some of the ground that I can gain when I'm trying to get to him. Almost got him. Almost got him. Got him. And then as soon as he's dead, you can roll through his legs. That was like 1,000. Yeah. Well, that makes me feel a lot better. Oh, that's right, Tokyo Palace. I got it! I don't know how many more missions are left, but I mean, it's getting hard. So I would assume there's maybe 5 or 6 even. I guess I'll just have to see, because there's only 2 achievements that are available, that are viewable on Steam. What did I get? Oh man. Oh, Volt the Electric Eel. Press left and right to stun all enemies. So clearly you are supposed to try to get all the pets, because they kind of work together. Okay. Stun, and then it destroys some things. and then it froze the shells, so I was able to get to the other side of them. They give you a couple of these impossible-ish... Oh no! Well, at least I landed right in front of the shells, so that's not so bad. 646. I assume some of them are going to get pretty expensive, because I'm only just starting to unlock them, and I haven't been through the compendium since I started the campaign. So we'll just see. Oh, got it. I appreciate that these are... that you have 3 hearts. But I almost feel like that makes it a bit too easy, because if I get hit once, then that's a pretty rare occurrence. So I kind of wonder if it makes it... I guess it is a bonus game, so it shouldn't be so hard. Huh. I had to hit it just so that the map would continue going. I'm expecting that it's... at the end it's going to do the tunnel. And I'm going to be able to get like 10 or 20 of them. Ooh, oh man. This is... I spoke too soon. I almost... Oh, look at that nasty. Angler DNA reveals cloaked enemies. Oh no. I'm gonna have to deal with cloaked enemies now. What a devious way to reveal that mechanic too. Well, I've got a life left. I've almost got my last tentacle. That's gonna take a little while, but I'm feeling pretty good about my setup right now. Oh, I don't know. I feel like just to be safe, I have to replace one of my chickens with an anglerfish, because I just don't know what to expect. Well, I start on mission 4 next time. Thanks for watching.